Hi.
Welcome to Hawk TV.
It's Jayda.
And Lyric. Firstly, I want to say congrats to our Lady Hawks, our region champs. We do have a sub-state game Saturday night, but we'll have more on that later.
Mr. Ink's class also just received a patriotic gift. Let's look at it.
We'd like to thank our veterans, and I don't think they get enough recognition, so just shout out to them.
Mr. Shane Rinks and his collision repair classes were the recent recipients of a cool gift. It's a patriotic-themed car hood honoring our veterans. It was donated by 3M and the Collision Repair Education Foundation.
I just like the opportunity we have to point out our veterans and notice them, and just we have several students here that are planning to go into the service after school, and them seeing this when they come in, they can take pride in that, and just connect our staff that are veterans and our students, and then just give them something to look at and take pride in.
The mission of the Collision Repair Education Foundation is to support collision repair educational programs, schools, and students to create qualified entry-level employees and connect them with an array of career opportunities.
Collision Repair Education Foundation, so they've donated a lot of stuff, safety glasses, dust mask, a lot of materials and stuff that you don't think about, but we use a lot of them back here, and so if we were to spend all that money, it would cost a fortune to run it back here. So we've had a lot of donations from Collision Repair Education Foundation as well as 3M. So, and 3M was the ones that recognized and hired our heroes and brought them to attention there.
Mr. Ring said it's special to be able to connect students with veterans while honoring those veterans for their service.
Hiring our heroes is a great way for our veterans to be more involved in the workforce and more involved in the civilian communities.
First of all, we would like to thank our veterans for their service, especially those among our teachers and staff.
We would also like to thank Collision Repair Education Foundation and 3M for their generous donations and for helping to improve the opportunities for our students and for raising awareness of hiring our heroes.
Collision Repair Education Foundation provides direct support through student scholarships, school grants, product donations, and career fairs.
Along with honoring veterans, Mr. Ring says the patriotic hood also gives the students in his classes something to strive for in terms of paintwork.
I'd like to custom paint some stuff like this, and our Collision 3 class, our paint and refinishing class, they're doing some custom painting now on some lift gates out there, and I would like to see some of this caliber stuff, so it gives them something to go for, to shoot for. That's a goal to get to that level, because this was painted.
Students say they love the class and would encourage others to take it as well.
It's really hands-on, and Mr. Rinks is a really good teacher.
Like, great experience for me, because for my first year, I didn't really know much. But then thanks to Mr. Rinks for teaching me a lot.
There's a lot to do. There's nothing like you can't do. So, I like working on cars, so it's real fun for me.
I like collision repair the most is the friends that I've made in the class, the hands-on experience, and the teacher, Mr. Rinks, because he's a very good collision repair teacher.
Well, that looks like a pretty great gift.
It did. Hey, Jayda, did you hear about the ROTC annual inspection?
No, what are you talking about?
Well, the Hawk unit, ROTC, had their annual inspection last week. It was a huge success. Let's have a look at it.
The students were fantastic. We should all be proud of our cadets.
Commander Delahousie has lots to be proud of after last week's annual military inspection, or AMI. It was held in the East Campus gym. Commander D leads the NJROTC Hawk unit, along with Chief Henderson. Last Thursday, February 22nd, was a big day for the unit.
During that annual military inspection, our area manager, I have a Navy boss, and I have the school bus. On the Navy side, we have a regional manager who manages about 30 to 40 schools. And every year he goes to each school to look at how the program's organized from a student perspective, as well as from how we manage the program. So we have a budget, we have uniforms, we have supplies, we have books that we manage. And he asks us things like, do you have everything you need to be a successful unit for the cadets that you have? From the student side, he wants to see if they like the program. So during the inspection, he talks to each and every one of the cadets. By doing so, he's getting a 360-degree view of the program. Our perspective from the program management side and the student perspective from receiving the services that we bring to the classroom. I think they did fantastic. So if you ask a cadet the day before that practice, everybody was frustrated, like, oh no. But on the day of the inspection, my gosh, they look fantastic.
Here's what some of the cadets had to say about the AMI.
It went much better than I ever expected. All right, we was all in line. We was all focused.
Last week, it went good. I feel like it wasn't a problem. I feel like the marching was kind of difficult, but it wasn't that hard.
But actually, it was cool. The commander was very cool, and yeah, I had fun.
Chief Henderson encourages students to join NJROTC and take part in many of the cool things they are doing and are planning to do.
Yeah, I would love to extend an invitation for anyone to join ROTC. We have our marksmanship program up and running. We're looking to get some upgrades. Commander Dial was here talking about getting some new competition level CO2 marksmanship rifles and new Athena digital targeting systems. So like scores that get shot, we won't have to run them through a computer. There'll be a heads-up display that comes straight. Also next year, we're fixing to drop $17,000 in VEX robotics. NJROTC is going to start a robotics competition team for Southside, just like they have at Madison Academic and Northside. The only stipulation is that an individual needs to be in ROTC in order to participate in our VEX robotics, since the Navy is buying all the gear.
JRTC, you guys did an amazing job.
Yes, y'all looked amazing, making us proud.
Lyric, let's go to the question of the week. The question of the week was, what was the best advice you've ever given or received?
I think the best advice I've ever received is to never put a lot of effort into someone that isn't giving you the same thing.
I agree. The best advice I've ever received was leave that man alone.
Yes, ma'am. Now let's go see what y'all had to say.
When people give you lemons, make lemonade.
To try to understand and not judge others.
I would say the best advice I've given is just focus on yourself and not others, because you can only do better by focusing on yourself and not what others are doing. The best advice I was ever given was to never put nothing past nobody, because everybody gonna change. And the other one was everybody wake up with a different mood. So yeah.
Well, just try and be yourself most of the time. Don't try and be a different person. Just be yourself most of the time. If that doesn't work out, then just don't talk to that person. They just don't like you for who you are.
The best advice I've ever received was focus on what you actually need, and everything else that you want will come with it.
The best advice I ever received was to save money for a rainy day. Don't spend it all when you get it, because you never know when you're going to need some for a rainy day.
Advice from Georgia Mitchell: stretch to not get hurt.
The best advice I've ever given is just worry about you and stay out of mess, and don't worry about what other people got to say.
Keep God first and do the best you can, whatever it may be.
The best advice I've ever given is to not trust anyone you first meet, and to stay out of people's business.
The best advice I've ever got told or given was worry about you. Nothing else gonna come in life. Just think about money, and that's all you got.
My best advice to give you, worry about your grades. That's my best advice, is worry about your grades and worry about getting a graduate, get out of school, and stop worrying about everybody else. That's my positivity.
Those were okay, but if y'all thought those responses were good, you should see the ones we couldn't air. But anyways, Jayda, did you go to the game Wednesday night?
Unfortunately, I didn't, but we did mic up cheerleader Cadence Pruitt. Let's see how that went.
BGA! What does that mean? What? Say the truth! Yes, say, do the whole club. Do the whole club. What I say? Get! Bro! Don't make me mad. Come sit down somewhere, shut up. Sit down and shut up. Come on, y'all. Hey, no, you can't shoot. Our ball. It's our ball. Ina! Yes, ma'am. She ain't gonna make it. She's scared. I'm already like, what? In there. Oh. Shoot that jump here. Oh. Hey, she can't shoot. Let's go, Southside. I told y'all she wasn't gonna make it. Well, they got in trouble. Baby, y'all better call something. With the fan, because boo, you can't hear him, Bookie. Don't play.
loving these mic'd up sessions.
They really have me stoked. Let's move on to the next part.
So the Lady Hawks beat Chester County 31-23.
Let's look at the highlights.
I think it was more so just the emotional level of this game was just so high on both sides. I think both teams was kind of pressing a little bit, just like trying too hard. And that's kind of what we told the girls. I think, you know, and it could have been a part of it was us, just the way we woke up this morning and the messages that we put in the group meet, just about being excited, living in the moment. You good, go ahead. And I think that's what it was. That was kind of the thing that was kind of making everybody try a little bit harder than they probably should have, as opposed to kind of calming down, letting the game come to them. This is a nice little robbery this year. You know, they took the first two from us, and we've taken the next two, so it's been a robbery. But I think what was at stake, you know, playing at home, not having to travel 2 and 3 hours. So now Macon County has to drive almost 4 hours to Jackson to play us, where we get the luxury of Saturday being in the confinements of our own home. We made a switch and then they made a switch, and they started kind of pressuring up, and we had two big freshmen that stepped up big time. Raquel and Zandria, they stepped up amazingly down the stretch, whether if it was getting a rebound, scoring a bucket, or getting a stop. Like they kind of really, they're growing up right in front of us, so that's special.
We're so proud of you, Lady Hawks. By the way, when is the sub-state game?
It's actually Saturday at home at 7 p.m. You guys should all come out and support.
Congratulations to Southside Band member Will Spicer. Will has been called up to be part of the Tennessee All-State Orchestra on trumpet.
I'm surprised that I did, but I'm just glad that I'm able to do this.
The All-State Orchestra is April 10th to the 13th at the Gaylord Opryland Resort. The Hawks baseball team opens the 2024 season on Monday at home against USJ. For almost the last 60 days, we've been counting down the days until the season opener based on player jersey numbers. You can see all of those on our Hawk TV Social Life Southside High School Facebook page. Miss Easton sent out an email earlier this week to remind seniors and their parents that she is still available to help seniors apply for their 2024-2025 FAFSA. She can answer questions, help apply for colleges, and do anything else seniors may need help with. The deadline to apply for FAFSA is April 15th. Once you've applied for FAFSA, you can get on the FAFSA Wall of Fame.
Hey seniors, right behind me I have the FAFSA Wall of Fame. And to get on the FAFSA Wall of Fame, all you have to do is send your email about like your FAFSA updates you've been getting to Miss Easton to make sure that you're getting these FAFSA updates, and to remind y'all that FAFSA is to help y'all go to college if you're going to college. So again, if you want to get your name on the FAFSA Wall of Fame, all you have to do is send your email to Miss Easton.
Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you stay tuned for bloopers. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers.
So the mic went out.
Right here. Open the engine.
I need a rag.
Oh, yeah. And held your hand. Should've gave you all my hours.
Guess what?
When I had
the chance.
The best person for... Bleh. That'll make the outtake.
Hiring our heroes helps connect the military community.
Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to to do was dance. Now my baby's
dancing, but she's dancing with another man. And guess what? Although it hurts,
I'll be the first to say that I was wrong.
What y'all mean?
Well, emotion got into it. Like,
I feel like we could make a rap.